starting in no particular order. I had the old order was the ranking teams by vibes, so I wanted to change it. I wanted to start with less depressing teams because I started with the teams with the worst vibe. The Kings. Now, what do we all think about the Kings? I think the general sentiment, well, I know what the general sentiment towards the Kings are. It's that they suck. It's that they're not very good. Because Vegas has them, and I think I went with CBS Sportsbook. Everyone has a sports book. I think I went with Burger King Sportsbook. I think I went with Reynolds Wrap, Clorox Bleach Sportsbook on this. And they're at 35.5 for the Kings win total. I don't think this is going to be the case. I think they're going to be better because they're going to try to be good because they got Dennis Schroeder. They're paying him some money. They got plans. I don't know why they got rid of I think they had to get rid of Valanciunas. Here's what I think the deal was. Am I taking this opinion from someone else? Yeah, because I don't know Jonas Valanciunas. He didn't call me. But from what I heard is he did not want to be a King. He was over it. He did not want to back up Jonas Valanciunas, or he did not want to back up Domantas Sabonis, his Lithuanian brother. He wanted to back up his Eastern Bloc brother, Nikola Jokic. So you may think, well, Joe, then you probably think the Kings are going to suck. If Valanciunas looked at the Kings and he was like, God, this team sucks. I'd rather go play in Greece. I'd rather go play in Greece where I could be a Greek fucking god, dude. I could be Zeus. They would worship me in Greece. I can go play for Panathinaikos. But then they swap him out and they throw him over to the Nuggets and he comes back and he says, I'm down. Could it be that Nikola Jokic is just a cooler guy than Domantas Sabonis? More fun to be around. I don't know. But I do like this team, and I think they're going to try to be good. And I think putting them at 35 wins isn't enough. And if I want to bet on a team that's going to go over, it's a team with Dennis Schroeder on that team, and a team that lost to Jake LaRavia. Okay. Plus they got Dario Saric, the man most likely to roll up a cigarette and smoke it on the sideline. And Drew Eubanks. Some bigs. They got some size. Listen, I don't think this team is going to be good, but I'm taking the over because I know they're going to want to be good. Remember, they still got DeRozan. They still got Levine on that team. And I know me saying that sounds like I'm not making the case. I'm making the case against that team, but they got some dudes that can go get buckets. I like the Kings. They might even get Jonathan Kuminga. But the Golden State Warriors would rather have him on the bench, like hiding his talents under a bushel basket, than him go to the Kings for Malik Monk. Also, Malik Monk, still a King. I got to move fast on this. There are 30 slides on here. I went over on the Celtics, man. They had 61 wins last year. And you're telling me you take out Tatum, you take out Porzingis, you take out Drew Holiday, all of a sudden they're losing significant amount of games? Yeah, probably. So I think Mazzulla isn't a guy who is going to be interested in tanking. So I think this 42.5 win total is basing it on a guy that's going to be kind of chill about tanking. It's going to be based on a coach who's willing to say, yeah, we'll take a couple losses here and there, which I don't believe is Mazzulla. Plus, they got George Niang. How are they going to lose with George Niang? Bruh, Anthony Simons. Lest we forget. Have you watched Anthony Simons play basketball recently? I haven't. He's good, right? I don't know. But I'm taking the over just on the back of Joe Mazzulla saying, hey, I don't want to tank. I don't want to lose. I don't really care about draft picks, even though we got our own. The Jazz. Man, the Jazz is 18.5. Despicable. Shameful. Vegas thinks you're going to win 18 games? God damn. What are y'all doing over there? That's like, I feel like it'd be challenging to win only 18 games. Of course, they won 17 games last year. Man, it sucks. Jazz fans, I know you're out there. How y'all feeling? Are you on drugs? Are you on an SSRI? Because holy smokes. I took the over. Because some of these guys, I mean, Lauri Markkanen has to, at some point he has to say, he's like, I don't want to lose. There has to be some, it's like when someone drives over a baby and the mom lifts the car up, you know? I think if you're a skilled basketball player and your organization is trying to tank and lose games, all of a sudden you get the strength of a woman whose baby's under a car. That's what I think. Bradley Beal. Oh, I have Bradley Beal on the slide. I totally forgot to remove him from the slide. Guys, sorry. My bad on that. I got Kaman Malawach on here. He's on the team. So I took the under on this one, 31.5. I think honestly they're trying to bait people into taking the over. I think a lot of people are going to take the over because they're going to say, well, they still got Devin Booker. Devin Booker's still invested. Some people believe in Jalen Green. Some people are like, yeah, he's a really great player and he plays winning basketball. But here's the thing. They got a younger coach, I believe, in Phoenix. I don't remember the coach's name. I think he's like a assistant turned head type situation. Man, Jalen Green with Steven Silas with an inexperienced coach. Bro, Jalen Green is about to run wild on this team. He is about to be putting up 13 3-pointers a game. Are they going to go in? Irrelevant. He just wants to get them up. I think this team is going to be an absolute shit show. The thing is, their pick is swapped. This was a wild swap. I don't even remember exactly what it was. So it doesn't even matter how bad they are. It's already swapped out. Their fate of who they get in the draft is ultimately up to another team. I don't remember what the swap is. I didn't write all that stuff down. So the Raptors, I took the over. And again, this is sort of like my Kings opinion. They are in a sort of easier division. Granted, it's just like the East. So I'm taking the over on these guys because they just signed Brandon Ingram. They just got a new toy and they're going to... Brandon Ingram, I mean, if he has any pride, is going to say, hey, I want to go out there and prove that I'm a good basketball player. Because when he got traded to the Raptors and he signed that extension, everyone was like, PU, this stinks. Brandon Ingram's hurt all the time and he's just a bucket getter. So if he has any pride whatsoever, he's going to get out there and say, I'm going to show you I don't stink. I'm going to get my team 38 wins this year. How about that? Plus, we glazed these guys. People talk about, we got Manuel Quickly coming back for a full season. We got RJ Barrett. Granted, I don't think people really glaze RJ Barrett very much. Maybe if you were a Knicks fan in 2022, maybe. So I still think this team is going to try hard and be good. So on the account of getting 37 wins this year being an embarrassment, I think they're going to do better. Similar argument to the Kings. Listen, I'm not a lawyer. The Wizards, I took the over on this just because they got some, like CJ McCollum, he's going to try to play his way out. I think they're going to get a lot of wins. Not a lot of wins. It's the Wizards, man. But I think they're going to try to really kick it into high gear at the beginning of the season because you're going to have guys like Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum trying to say, get me out of here. I want to be good. My contract ain't that bad, man. I swear it's expiring too. Just get me on another team. I think that's the situation that they're going to be in. So mainly what I'm trying to say is 20 wins just ain't that hard to do. Once they do get rid of those guys and they're going in. But okay, and I heard someone make this argument. Now I'm looking at their pick this year. It's protected 1 through 9. So listen, I think you can still get a pick 1 through 9 with 21 wins. So I heard Fred Katz from The Athletic saying this the other day. He said they're going to aggressively try to tank because they want to keep that pick. Fair enough. But I will say, I think this team has more wins in them than the Jazz do. Do I have anything? And I like Trey Johnson. I like his game. Do I like Bilal Coulibaly? Bro, I ain't watched a Wizards game. I haven't watched a Wizards games in 2 years. I remember watching some SAR highlights because I wanted to see what was up with him. I remember I got halfway through the season and I was like, I haven't seen Alex Sarr dribble a basketball. So I watched some SAR highlights, and maybe I watched a little bit of Koulibaly highlights. Maybe I made a list a couple months ago, and I needed to talk about these guys, and I watched a little bit of Wizards basketball there. Or maybe I was making a trade proposal for, what's that cutie? The cutie patootie that got traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Nobody likes him, scored 0 points. I still like him though, Kyle Kuzma. So maybe that's the amount of Wizards I've watched. I've never got on League Pass and turned on a Wizards game that I can remember. Miami Heat. I took the under, man. I don't think this team is going to be good. All of a sudden they got Norm Powell and everyone starts creaming their jeans. Like, oh, they got Norm Powell. Now it's over for this team. This team is about to trounce in the East. Why? It's Norm Powell, man. You also lost Duncan Robinson, who's good. Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson. Those were players. Those were guys that other teams pursued. So I don't think the addition of Simone Fontecchio, Davion Mitchell. Wasn't he already on the team? Haven't we seen Davion Mitchell play for the Heat already? Am I nuts? Maybe not. Ultimately, they got 37 wins last year, and the bookies must think, oh, well, they got 37 wins last year, plus Norm Powell, scoring 20 points a game. They got to get more wins. I don't think so. I don't believe in this team. It's not like I think the East got a lot better. I just don't think this team's very good. That's where I'm at with it. Now, the Summer League champions, the Charlotte Hornets. I went under, man. I think the bookies got a little bit horny for the Hornets because they won the Summer League champions. They're the champions, so they're like, ooh, and they got Mason Plumlee. Ooh. This team, we're looking at 28 wins. I doubt it, man. LaMelo Ball, I mean, it's one of those things where you hate to say you got Brandon. I keep saying Brandon Williams, and people give me so much shit for it. Brandon Miller. He has one of those classic names. I keep mixing up him and Mark Williams, all right? So they lost Mark Williams. They finally got off him. I don't know what's up with him. Every time he does a physical, the doctors look at his charts and say, this guy's going to fucking die. You can't have this guy. What do you think the Lakers doctors said? Were they like, dude, this guy, I'm not going to make that joke. I'm not going to make a joke about Mark Williams having a condition. I'm going to move on to something else. So, oh shit, I didn't even realize they got Spencer Dinwiddie. They got Pat Connaughton. All right. They got Colin Sexton. Okay, all right. I'm a little bit more psyched on this team, but here's my prediction. If I look into the past and I try to foresee the future, I see LaMelo Ball rolling his ankle. I see Brandon Miller twisting his wrist. Oh, man. It's not good. They win 20 games. The Bucks. I went over 42, and now I'm going to start sounding like ESPN. A team with Giannis Antetokounmpo with 42 wins? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? He's going to carry them to 43 wins. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I just don't think this team's that bad. All right? I think Myles Turner is a good player. I like Gary Harris. Cole Anthony, I like the guy. I don't necessarily think he's a great basketball player. Kind of small for me. And they also got 48 wins last year. I think this team is good, and the East sucks. So why not 43 wins? This feels a little bit low. Their picks swapped. They're not going to try to suck. Of course they're not going to try to suck. They just did the most outrageous business decision, I think, in NBA history. Listen, I'm not a historian, but can you think of a team throwing away, what was it, $110 million? Just saying to get Myles Turner? Just so they can be competitive and them not be competitive? No way, man. They're going to win some games. So I think 42 wins. I could see them they're not going to be in the play-in tournament. They're going to be a hard playoff team. Not right? Just feels low to me. Okay, so the Nets really, I mean, I'm surprised. Okay, the Nets just don't have anyone. All right, I think Michael Porter, I hate to say it, man. I think Michael Porter Jr.'s career is cooked. I think he had something more to give. All right, here was the problem that Michael Porter Jr. ran into. I think he is a good player. I think he's just often hurt. I think he has skill, but he ended up on a contract that was too large, to his detriment. Because do I think Michael Porter Jr. could play his way out of the Nets this season before the trade deadline potentially? I want to say yes. The problem is there's too much length left on that contract. That's the issue. So even if a team's saying, hey, we're really going to go for it, Michael Porter Jr. has been playing really well, they're going to look at his contract and say, nah, we're good. Oh, and we have it for another year after this? Let's look at someone else. So that's the problem. He signed too big of a contract. You sign too big of a contract and then you don't play very well. You get traded to the scrapyard. Now all of a sudden you can't even get out of the scrapyard because your contract is too expensive. So again, sign for cheaper deals, take less money, and have a more fulfilling basketball career. That's what I think about Michael Porter Jr. I just don't think this team's going to be very good. You're going to have Cam Thomas on your team. I'm assuming he's not going to sign his qualifying offer. I don't think any of these guys are going to sign their qualifying offer. It's just too little bit of money. And it's too risky because part of me wonders, and I think about this with Kuminga, and I talked about this on the Patreon podcast. I get in there, dude. I give you the milk and the titties on the Patreon. Just saying. And it's $2. And you get 4 episodes. And oh my God. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. I can't believe I charged so little money for that. So, I think with Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey, Quentin Grimes, and Kuminga, they're not taking their qualifying offers. It's just too little bit of money. So they're going to take some type of extension, and all of them are going to be pissed. All of them are going to be salty with their organizations. They're going to take these short-term deals, and they're all going to be a little bit angry. So my point is with Cam Thomas, he's coming to the Brooklyn Nets, and you may think, yeah, he's a good player, he's a good scorer. But he's going to come in with a little bit of like, fuck this team. Fuck them. I'm not sticking around for this shit. I'm leaving this team as soon as I can. These cocksuckers don't appreciate me. I'm out. That's my theory on this. So I don't think they're even going to hit 21 wins. I think they're going to hit 20 wins. That's my thought. I don't believe in this team. And you got, 5 point guards coming in from the draft. I don't see it, brother. So, I went under on the Clippers. Interesting. I felt like I would have gone over. I made this yesterday. I'm not sure why I decided that. Maybe I think these guys are just too old to do it. Maybe I don't believe in Chris Paul. Maybe I don't think Bradley Beal has the opportunity. I don't know if Bradley Beal... I'm excited for this year for Bradley Beal. I just don't think guys end up getting bought out and then play really well. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't think guys just come out, get bought out. Nobody looks at a guy and says, here, we'll just give you most of your money to go away. And then they come back in and they're really good. I don't know. So I don't really believe in Bradley Beal. I don't really believe in Brook Lopez. Listen, if we were shitting on Brook Lopez last year playing for the Bucks, we can't come in and when he goes to the Clippers say, ooh, nice pickup by the Clippers, Brook Lopez. Because y'all the same motherfuckers that said he was cooked. Just saying. All right. And they lost Norm Powell. I wasn't a huge Norm Powell fan anyway. Listen, everybody needs a scorer. Everybody needs a guy that can catch and shoot. Don't get me wrong, but he was short, man. He's not that tall. Or he looks small out there. Maybe guys that wear the shirts under their jerseys, they just look smaller to me. I don't know. So the Sixers, listen, I'm a positive Pete. I'm positive on this, man. I'm positive. I took the over on the Sixers because they have to go over. They have to be okay. They need this. The city of Philadelphia needs this. The Sixers organization needs to get over 41 wins. You gotta do it. You have to. Listen, I know Paul George is getting microscopes in his knees, I know Embiid is on the side of his bed crying about his dead dog, man. I know. It's troubled times. I know Maxi's checked out. I know McCain is doing TikTok. I know he's over in China promoting his new lip gloss. All right? I know this. I know these guys are distracted. They gotta do it, man. They gotta bring in those 42 wins. They gotta see the playoffs. And if they don't, I'm gonna sue them. I'm gonna take them to court. I don't like it. I don't like these guys promoting their brands and not focusing on basketball. Someone brought this up, and it kind of annoyed me. I don't know if I didn't reply in the comments. I just said, yeah, you're probably right. But they said, well, why aren't these guys allowed to have hobbies? And I'm like, bruh, listen. Paul George wants to go out, catch a fish during the All-Star break. Fine by me. But if you're running a media company on the side, if you're running another business that requires as much of your time as Podcast P, you know, I don't know how much Jared McCain is putting into his lip gloss line. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it sends the message that you need to be sued if you don't get over 41 wins. Am I wrong? There needs to be a settlement between me, the Sixers, the team, and then I'll distribute it amongst Sixers fans. I think that's fair. So I'm taking the Lakers under because here's the thing about the Lakers over and under, the win totals. There's a lot of Lakers fans. People want to root for the Lakers. People don't want to see the Lakers lose. So they always fudge the numbers. They always fudge the numbers on a bit because they want people to take the Lakers over because they know they're going to do it. They're just going to. That's the way it is, all right? Because they can make money off of them. Lakers fans are ubiquitous. So they're not going to go out there and look for a deal. They're just going to say, I'm taking the Lakers over. Well, it's like 48 wins. You're like, yeah, we can do it. Either way, I'm not going to take the under and root against the Lakers. So that's what we're doing here. I just don't see it with this team. I think, look, we got the apathetic Anthony Davis on the sideline. There was so much drama, dude. I just don't see it. I feel like we're in zombie land with the Lakers. Like, LeBron should have moved on. I'm not saying he should have retired, but the time came and went, all right? I think it's important in life to know when to leave the party, to know when the party's over, right? You keep trying to milk more out of the party because you think there's more. Somebody's going to pull out a secret bag of ketamine to put in your ass. They're not. There's no more ketamine. Your ass is full. That's all I'm going to say on that, man. So the Memphis Grizzlies, I took the under. I think they're getting a little bit cute, all right? I think they got a little bit cute with the Desmond Bane trade. I think they saw that they could get some serious first-round pickage from Desmond Bane, and they thought, yeah, we got some good players, though. We're going to extend Jaren Jackson Jr. We got Ja Morant. Hopefully he figures out whatever's going on with his muscles and joints. Give him some ibuprofen. We got Brandon Clark coming back. We're going to be okay. Eventually, we'll get my man Zach Edey in there. I think he's hurt. So I think they have this idea that they're going to be good. I think they also think KCP is going to be good. So I think they got a little bit cheeky. I think they think, oh, we'll bring in the three-point shooting that we're missing with Desmond Bane with KCP. What were his numbers last year? Look at his numbers in Denver. That's more of an indication of what he's going to do for us. Look further in the past to look for the future. So I think they just got a little cheeky with it. So I'm going to go under for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Atlanta Hawks, everyone's really high on the Atlanta Hawks. They got Porzingis, they got Nah, and Luke Kennard. And everyone thinks that this is now your Eastern Conference champion. I don't see it. And again, this is one of those things like the Brook Lopez thing. Like, we were critical of Porzingis, man. The guy had health issues, but now all of a sudden had very ambiguous health issues, right, that we didn't know about. All of a sudden the summer hits. We're one day after the seaon, and Porzingis feels good. He actually feels like $1 million, even though he was, laid up with a bellyache for the entire spring. No. Nope. Don't buy it. Taking the under. I like Luke Kennard. I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but we can't act like it's Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen you're acquiring from the 90s. I'm not going to do it. Clint Capella, Terrence Mann, Caris LeVert, they lost those guys, but I don't think it's a big a deal. It's crazy that Clint Capella went to the Rockets. The team has way too much size because they brought back Steven Adams. They already have Şengün. And I think Capella signed a pretty big deal. The pick swapped, though, for the record. It's swapped ? I had a very difficult time understanding the swappage and if a team still had their pick or not. So I put a swapped ? on there. If you know the answer to this, let me know, because I'm not sure. Cavs, I took the under, which feels crazy. I think Darius Garland is coming into the season hurts. Ty Jerome was good. He was a great regular season player, and we're not talking about the playoffs. So I brought him down a bit. So I think they're going to be a little bit demoralized. I also don't think they're going to care as much about the regular season as they did last year. I think they're going to chill a bit and try to focus more on the playoffs. Because the issue was when they got into the playoffs, they weren't super healthy. There was always sort of a musical chairs situation of who was getting to sit out that night. There were a lot of injured guys. I don't remember which guys were actually injured, but it was the stars of the team were sort of on rotation coming in and out, and they just never got any cohesive gameplay. Granted, they tore the Heat apart, but when it came down to it, they just didn't have the juice. Pacers cooked them. So that's kind of where I'm at with the Cavaliers. I just don't think... there are many factors that come in that make me think this team is not going to be like, let's fuck up the regular season, dude. Let's just beat teams to a pulp. They kind of already did that. All right, I went with, dude, I loved the Jordan Poole AI. I had to come clean. I came clean on the last one that I used this GIF for. I reused. I'll teach you my ways, man. Upload an image to Google Gemini, and you can take an image, and I do this here and there. I take an image, and I just say, animate this image. It'll give you an 8-second to 5-second video, and it'll animate the image. So you're taking a still image, and you're not making it do anything crazy. You don't coach it to say, hey, do some wild shit with this, man. Turn Jordan Poole into an alien. All you do is upload an image and say, just give it a little movement. Give it a little... make Jordan Poole sway a little bit like that. It's fun. It's fun, and I've talked about this a little bit. I think with AI, I think you can use AI, but once people notice you use AI, that's when you're in trouble. Do you feel me? Once people are like, wait, was that AI? Then they know you're lazy. I think that's the issue. So 29.5, I went under. I hate this. I hate that I did this. Granted, remember they traded away their first round pick next year for Derek Queen, who I watched some highlights, man. A little slow, a little lethargic. Sorry about that. Camera stops at 30 minutes. So, like I said, Derek Queen. It was Derek Queen, right? Not Colin Coward. Whatever his name, whatever their names were. I'm not a huge draft guy, if you can't tell, but I watched a little bit of Derek Queen, who I believe was the guy they traded with Atlanta to move higher up. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but they do not have their pick next year, which is or they do. They don't have their pick, which was a swap too with the Bucks. I believe that's it. I can't know everything. I forget some things, and I'm ashamed of myself. They got Kevon Looney, though. Huh? Sadiq Bey? Jordan Poole? I don't know, man. I think DeJounte Murray's out at the beginning of the season. Zion Williamson, is he stretching his ass cheeks? That is the question. Right now, do you think Zion Williams is on a yoga mat, downward dog, stretching his glute muscles? I don't. I think he's probably doing anything else than that. I don't think this team's going to be very good. I'd like them to be good, though. They ain't going to be good. The Nuggets, I took the over, but I'm a Nuggets fan. I think we might be a little too high on their offseason moves. I felt like we were that way with the Lakers. I think it was last year. We were just so hype on. There was one year, the year they got Gabe Vincent, we were all like, oh my God, Gabe Vincent. I can't believe the move the Lakers are moving. So, granted, I'm a glass half full Nuggets fan. So I want them to be good. I see Bruce Brown coming back, and I'm like, oh, forget about it. Bruce Brown was there when we won a championship, and he's here now. Then we're going to win another championship. That's just math. You know, I'm that type of dipshit. And they got Jonas Valanciunas, like we talked about before, who's happy. He's happy he's not in Greece, and he's also happy he's not in Sacramento. And Cam Johnson. All they had to lose was Michael Porter Jr. and Dario, the chain smoker. And they own their own pick. Not that it matters. They're going to be really good. Moving on. Boring one. That's a really boring one because I just think they're going to be good. I took the over on the Warriors. It feels a little bit low to me. And the reason being they had 48 wins last year. And there was a solid amount of time where the Warriors were trash. I don't like seeing Steph Curry upset. I saw Steph Curry depressed. I saw him sad after games. He was so bummed out. And I didn't like watching. I watched Warriors games, but I just would watch these games and just see this forlorn Steph Curry. And I'm like, I don't like watching this. I don't want to watch Warriors games anymore. But then Jimmy Butler came to the rescue and they finished with 48 wins. And now y'all trying to say they're only going to get 45 wins? With a full season of Jimmy Buckets? I don't get it, man. I think this team's going to be good, and I'm taking the over. The Mavs, I'm taking the over on this too. I don't even know why. I think Kyrie might come back this season. I think we're going to get a little bit of Kyrie. Also, Anthony Davis is there, and I think he's an underrated player. He came back. Listen, I know he got hurt. I know he got hurt on his first Mavs game. I know. It was not a great look. Some might say it was even a bad look. But he came back, and he competed, and he played in the play-in game. So, I think this team I think they're going to be good. They got D'Lo. I don't like that. But they also got Cooper Flagg, who will probably come into the league and deliver and be a valuable piece to the team. So I took the over on this one. And I think it's mainly I took the over because I think the win total was come up with the understanding that Kyrie would probably not come back, but I think he's going to. So I'm going to take the over. I'm not psyched on this, but I'm taking it. I'm taking the under on here because, listen, they got Kevin Durant. They got Clint Capella. They got some... they got rid of their young talent with... is Dylan Brooks young? Are we still calling him young? But they got rid of Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore. I just think this is going to be not so much a regular season team. I think they're going to sort of keep Durant on ice, keep him ready for the postseason. They're going to finish up the 4th or 5th seed would be my imagination. I just don't see this being an incredible regular season team. And they 52 wins last year. I don't see them being that much better than last year. I could see it. I don't know. I don't see them being... I'm going to go 54, right? I'm going to go 54 wins. I think this team is going to be good, but 56 wins is just too high. The Thunder. I took the over, man. They got 68 wins last year. Look how many... Dylan Jones is gone. Oh, no. They'll probably win 6 less games without Dylan Jones. Come on, man. Don't play with me, man. Do not play with me, man. 68 wins last year. 62 and a half. I just think they're going to be good. I think we're going to get more of the same. Maybe they end up with 63 wins. Maybe somebody rolls an ankle. But Chet was out for a lot. Hartenstein was out. They had injuries last year. This team is only getting better. I don't see it. Matter of fact, I'm not a betting man, but I might make a call to my bookie. MyBookie.ag. Not sponsored. Remember MyBookie.ag? That was like the first one. You had to like literally find your bet online and call a guy in Algeria and place a bet with a guy named Francois in Algeria. I swear to God. That's how you had to do it. So the Knicks, I think people are too hot on the Knicks. They won 51 games last year. I don't think the team... Jordan Clarkson, Gershon Yabusele. I don't know how this team got better than last year. Tibbs sucked, right? Well, they got rid of Tibbs. Yeah, he sucked. He was what was weighing them down. All right, now I get it. They'll get 54 wins because they got rid of that sucky coach, Tom Thibodeau. That coach of the year, Tom Thibodeau, he was really stinking up the joint. I didn't like that firing. I like Mike Brown, though, too. But I don't think this team is going to be better than last year. All right? Okay? San Antonio Spurs, I took the over. I think this team is going to be beast. I think the bookies are looking at, the Algerian bookies are looking at the team and saying, hey, they're coming up, man. They're coming up. This is going to be a real progression year. You know, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be all right. They're going to be pretty solid. And then the next couple of years, then they're going to be real contenders. I don't think so, man. They got my man's Luke Cornett, Kelly Olynyk, some tall whites, Lindy Waters, tall biracial dude. But they lost Mamu. They lost Chris Paul. But they gained, and I didn't put the rookies on here. I didn't put the rookies on the slide. But they gained Dylan Harper, another guy like Cooper Flagg, who I think is going to come in and actually be good and deliver on their team. So I don't know why their win total is so low. I think this team is going to be one of the West contenders. Don't forget, Victor Wembanyama is very tall and very good and doesn't have a blood clot. Something to think about. All right, the Timberwolves. I took the under, and this was tough for me because I think this team is good, but they didn't add anyone, and they lost Luke Garza, and Josh Minott, dude. Ooh, Josh Minott. Josh Minott, dude. They lost him. He's not there anymore. So I took the under on this because I don't think they got better. That's really it. Jew got a little older. Anthony Edwards got a little more experience. Maybe we're going with that. Nasri got a little more confidence. He's back with a little more money. And Rudy Gobert, same old player. Ain't shit changed with Rudy Gobert. Still doing his goddamn dunks, blocks, rebound here and there, and that's it, man. That guy is Rudy Gobert. He's like his own word. Blazers, I took the under on here. They have a protection on their pick next year, so they don't want to be too good. I think they sort of look at this as a rebuilding year. I think Drew Holiday's cool with that. So I just don't think there's going to be really any motivation for this team to be all that competitive, you know? They don't want to be good. So they're going to throttle their win count. They don't want to go over 34. They don't want to go over 33 wins because then you're sort of getting into territory where you might be, out of the lottery and lose your pick. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're like, oh, we've had so many picks. Who gives a fuck? Let's be good. I don't know. Pacers, I went under. Even though they had 50 wins last year, I still went under because they're missing Myles Turner and they're missing Tyrese Halliburton. I think they own their pick, so I got a feeling they're really going to go. They're going to try to develop their guys. They're going to try to make Nesmith better. They're going to try to make Nembhard better. They're going to try to make Mathurin better. They're going to, and I think what they're going to say is, hey, we'll take our bets on these guys. We'll play them a lot. We'll focus the offense around them, and we'll try to make them studs for when Halliburton comes back. But if we suck this year, that's totally fine. So I took the under on them. The Pistons, I took the over. I think this team is good. I know, they lost Dennis Schroeder. I love Dennis Schroeder. He provided a lot of value to that team. People didn't notice, though. Nobody appreciates him. They lost Malik Beasley. He's going to jail, right? I assume he's going to jail. I've seen some of the evidence. If I'm on that grand jury, I'm going to say, guilty, even though we find the defendant guilty and is unanimous. So, Caris, LeVert, and Duncan Robinson, I like both guys. I'm not crazy about them, but the thing is, I think we're getting Ivy. Ivy's back. Duran is a very efficient big man. And he's fucking jacked, dude. Look at this guy's shoulders, man. And Cade, I think, is going to turn the ball over less. So I'm taking the over. I'm thinking the 3rd seed in the East. Why not? No one's going to come back to this video and call me out. I took the under on the Magic. I think the Desmond Bane people got, again, a lot of horny bookies for Magic. Desmond Bane. I don't know if you're going to give the Magic 10 more wins with the Desmond Bane trade. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe you're trying to say, well, but the subtraction of KCP gives us a couple more wins, which I would say, hey, don't talk about KCP like that. That's my guy. But I just don't think the team got that much better. I like Tyus Jones too, but I just don't think the team got that much better, in my opinion. I think they're a little bit too hot on him. The Bulls took the under. I think I saw something online. I'm a part of a lot of bullshit Facebook groups, and someone said that they were thinking about releasing Vooch. Have you seen that? I thought that was odd, but it also made a little bit of sense to me. Did you see that Vooch was Fournier signed with Olympiacos, some team in Europe, okay? So he signed with some team in Europe for 3 years, and there was some Twitter post on it. Sorry, someone's dying. Someone's always dying in downtown LA. But there was some, celebrating, hey, Fournier signed for another 3 years. And Vooch, and again, this wasn't a bullshit post. I fact-checked it. Vooch was like, oh, I can't believe they have to deal with another 3 years of this asshole. Dude, Vucevic called out Fournier. I think this wasn't fake. Because I did fact-check it, unless I fact-checked it and looked at another fake. It was interesting. But I don't think there's good vibes on the Bulls. I think Giddey was going to be their guy, and now they're really sort of squeezing him, making his deal as small as they possibly can before he finally takes the qualifying offer. I just think it's ugly vibes. And even 30 wins isn't a lot. I still think it's going to be less. But I'm not crazy about that. I'm sort of talking myself into it. Okay, I think that's the last one. I think we did all the teams. There's a Patreon that's still there. There's an episode every Saturday. It's $2 a month. Not bad. I love all my Patreon people. We talk. I'm done, man. I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm going to go see a movie. Because your mother's eat a corn dog.